Back to Musketeers hockey for another edition of the Coach's Corner. It's been a while, but I'm Jordan Berger, and joining me now is Musketeers head coach and GM Brett Larson as the Tri-City Storm practice behind us as the Musketeers have a big game against Tri-City on Friday night. And Coach, your team really trending in the positive direction. Winners of 3 of their last 4 games and seem to finding their stride at the right times. We hit the stretch run of the season here.
Yeah, that's how we feel right now too. You know, we got off the ice today, and I could tell the guys felt confident. They felt excited. You know, we talk about a big game against Tri-City. They're all big now. You know, every one of them. It's all 2 points, no matter who you're playing, and you got to show up and you got to be ready to play. But you know, you look at the ability of the blue line that we've got out there right now, and that just gives you a lot of confidence right there. And Matt Scoff finding his groove again, and you know, the potential to have Brett Patterson back in the lineup a week from now probably. All those things are signs that we're moving in the right directions, and then obviously the rest of the team really chipping in and finding ways to win.
And you kind of alluded to it. It seems like this run has really started with from the goal line out. Matt Scoff, .927 save percentage last 5 games, and as we talked about extensively, that veteran trio of Alexander Kukwali, Alex Ryan, and Michael Holland really helped stabilize things. Then you get Dane Cooper back at practice. You got 7 healthy defensemen for a first time in a long time.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dane now, it's a tough lineup to crack. You know, a young kid who's done well for us and brought a lot to help us be successful at times is going to find a hard time right now getting back in there, but I'm sure he'll earn some playing time. He's a kid that doesn't quit. He's got a great competitive attitude, so it's going to be tough in a way to finally have a healthy scratch, but also nice because I think competition breeds success, and the guys know that they have to play their best to stay in there.
And you know, we talked about this on the coaches show, but you know, a new attacking system, kind of a 2-1-2, and as you mentioned about the blue line, you know, really getting involved aggressively, pinching off their point positions. And as you talked about, as a first-year coach, took a while to kind of assess this lineup, get the pieces you wanted to have the kind of system that you wanted to play. But you've seen that start to come to fruition with some really good experience on the blue line.
Exactly, it's not a system you'd really want to run with a rookie decor. And we knew all along the first half of the year we were going to take some lumps. Unfortunately, we took a few more lumps than we hoped to take, but the young kids grew. We made some moves that really solidified the blue line, and now we've got a veteran decor back there that the system allows them to step up and be aggressive and play their game. So we're really happy with that. We're really happy with the strength of that blue line. Obviously, that's a good combination with the way Matt Scoff's playing, and I think ultimately that's going to allow our forwards to have the puck more. More offensive zone time will be created by those guys being aggressive at the blue line.
Puck possession very good lately for sure, as you mentioned, and you know, 23 games left in the season, and this is kind of a fun time of year. I mean, every game really is magnified right now. Players have to elevate their games. This is really the playoff push is starting to take shape here in the Western Conference. It's going to be a fun final 23 games.
It's going to be a blast. I mean, the whole point of the season is to get your team to the point where they're playing the best at the end. You know, as long as you don't get too far behind where you can't make the playoffs. And you know, as tough as some stretches have been for us, we're still right in the hunt. We're actually still in the hunt with a good run to push for a home playoff spot. Now, not going to be easy, but if we play the type of hockey we played the last 4 games, it's a possibility. So the guys' goal is to get a home playoff spot. They still believe they can. They're going to come out after these games and try to gain 2 points every night. I like the way the team's moving. I like the way the leadership's stepping up, and I feel good about our team right now.
And one guy in particular is really elevating his game during the key time is Kyle Crisculo, named the Offensive Player of the Week. We've talked a lot about Kyle, and you know, you called Kyle, you know, a guy you don't have to worry about, a guy you know is going to show up. But now you're seeing start to take that and elevate his game even that much more, where he's becoming a dynamic force on both sides of the ice.
I hate to say I disagree with you, but I don't think he has elevated his game. I think he's been playing this good most of the year. I think people just notice it more when some of those pucks go in the net. You know, I think all year he's been playing great. He's been one of our most consistently strong forwards all year, and he's created a ton of scoring chances. And I know for about a 10-15 game stretch he was so down on himself because he had 3 or 4 great chances a night and they weren't going in. I really feel like Kyle's been playing really well all year. I think he's one of the most underrated players in this league, and it's really fun to see him get rewarded for that hard work and see some pucks go in the net.
And kind of talk about the week of practice leading up to the 6-game homestand, continuing the 6-game homestand against Tri-City and Omaha. Winners of 3 of the last 4, but what's kind of the next step that this team needs to take right now?
Consistency. I think that's we've been in this position before where we got on a nice little roll and started playing well, and we started to mentally let up a little bit. Now's the time to keep the pedal down and keep pushing to get better every day. Can't let off that gas pedal. Need to keep pushing in practice. Need to keep pushing in our off-ice workouts. Mentally being prepared every night, knowing that you can't just turn it on at 7 o'clock. That the night before, the mental preparation needs to start. And I think hopefully we've learned our lessons from our good spurts early in the season where we let up a little bit, where now we can really push down. We see the finish line. We're almost to the last third of the year, and we need to just keep pressing forward, be consistent with our effort, consistent with our mental preparation, and have a lot of fun playing hockey at the level we feel we can play at.
I know one of the things you've been working at practice is special teams, particularly the power play. Been the one area that's kind of struggled here during the win streak, and it's kind of an area that can really help you have a killer instinct. You kind of saw that in that second period against Fargo where you could extend the leads. A situation where the guys aren't scoring because they're not creating opportunities and they're stagnant, or do you feel like you're getting opportunities, just not finishing right now?
We're getting opportunities, but not quite as many as we've generated in the past. We're going to make a little tweak and put Alexander Kukali on the first one up top with Molinar, so we'll have 2 defensemen up there. And I'm hoping it's going to allow Brad Robbins some more shot opportunities, spread it out, be able to get it back to Brad and create some things that way. Little tweak, we'll try it. We're not throwing the whole thing out. We're just trying a minor adjustment, and we'll go from there. The power play, you're right. You know, we got 4 minutes almost of straight power play time in the second period. Generate some chances, don't bury it. They go down and score right after that, and it was a turning point of the game. So special teams always huge. And it's really funny how it's played out. During a really bad stretch, our power play was one of the best in the league, and now we have a good stretch of winning, and our power play is struggling a little bit. So I guess I'd rather take the wins than a struggling power play.
It's almost like in golf, where if your putter's going well, you're not driving the ball. So, but lastly, Coach, you look at Tri-City coming in, and obviously they've had a lot of success against you guys. I know it's been frustrating, but you got to credit them. I mean, they're very solid defensively. They're getting excellent goaltending. So what's kind of been the difference in the season series to Tilted in their favor, and what needs to change on Friday night?
Well, I think just what you said. You know, they're a consistent team that works extremely hard. They've won their last 3 games for a reason. They're playing good hockey right now. They're getting fantastic goaltending. The key is we get an opportunity, we got to bury it. You know, we're not going to get too many garbage goals against Wilcox tomorrow night. So we got to make sure that we get an opportunity that's in the net. We build off that, try to extend the lead. We've been playing from behind a lot against these guys all year, and once you get behind, they shut you down defensively, and they've got a very good defensive system, and they make it difficult on you. So obviously, I'd love to get the lead early. I'd love to build on it, get the momentum in our favor, and turn the tables a little bit.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Jordan.
That's Musketeers head coach and GM Brett Larson. Come down and support the guys this weekend. Friday night against Tri-City, Saturday night against the Omaha Lancers.